Welcome, goats out there. It is 7:14, February 22nd p.m., guys. I said that backwards. It is 7:14 p.m. Eastern Time, February 22nd, guys. Welcome to Digital Goats Academy, where we just show how we navigate through the foreign exchange market, guys. I am your host, the Digital Goat. So before we move on, guys, as always, please hit that like button, comment with any feedback you guys have, but also I know you guys may need a reminder, hit that subscribe button. If you guys just need, like I said, if you guys need a reminder, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you stay up to date on all my content, guys. But welcome, right? Welcome to Digital Wednesdays, guys. This is our class for today. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m. I'm a little bit late, so I'm 15 minutes late, guys. My bad. But you can catch me every Wednesday, 7 p.m. unless something changes. I'll do my best to notify the YouTube community if I'm not doing my class anymore. But if you guys are looking for a community where you guys can, share ideas when it comes to trading, or you have no idea what trading is, guys, follow me on IG at the digital_goat, guys. And I have a private community that you guys can join free of charge if you guys choose to reach out to me. So welcome. As I said, let me clear out some of my, yeah. All right. Let me share my screen, guys. I'm getting this up. All right, so as you guys can see right here, I am looking at natural gas. I just kind of wanted to show this, that in fact, like when we look at oil and gas, guys, that between oil and natural gas, they are bearish. If I just switch to oil real quick, you guys can see that oil is extremely bearish right now, extremely bearish. We'll probably blow through all this consolidation right here, guys. I mean, it is consolidating. But once we get a breakout, we'll have more clarification. This is great news to hear. This is actually good news to hear. We'll get a little bit easing off of gas prices. But I just wanted to kind of show that. I don't really show oil, even though I do trade it aggressively, guys. So I'm going to be showing more commodities, dealing with more indices for you guys all over the market. So that way we can successfully make, successfully make decisions together within the market, guys, and make a little bit of profit, right? So let's go straight into it. I'm not obviously looking at oil right now. I just want you guys to show that, but let's focus on GBP USD, right? I have not actually talked about this pair in quite a while, right? Now, guys, if you see that GBP USD, we were bullish up until a certain point, and right now we are ranging or consolidating, whatever the case may be. I do think that we are due for a correction, or if the market wants to come down, let's just kind of hone into what it's looking like on a smaller time frame, right? So if we just look at this, just starting off, if you don't know anything about trading, now let's kind of move our EMAs and we'll discuss that on a later date, right? Let's just keep it straight, naked trading, right? I like to call it butt naked trading, right? So if you didn't know anything else, matter of fact, we're going to start from scratch. We're not even going to act like we even know what's going on in this market. I mean, we don't know what's going on in this market, but we're not going to use previous data to make a decision within this market. We're going to start from scratch, guys, right? Now, if we see GBP USD, I always start on the weekly time frame. Why is that? Well, guys, if you start on the weekly time frame, that'll help you decipher what's the overall direction within the market. Why is that popping up, right? So if we see within the British pound or the pound sterling, I say pound sterling, you guys can say British pound right here, right? British pound, pound sterling, against the dollar. It has been bearish ever since May 2021. May 2021, we have been bearish. Let's kind of look to see what it looks like on a monthly time frame. Absolutely, we have been bearish with pretty much no slowing down in that bearish momentum. If you just look at it now, the neat thing that we can see right here is that price, in fact, did what? Retest to a previous low. So if you just kind of look at the market, and what we already know, when the market breaks, it returns to those areas. We can even back test by seeing how it happened to make sure it makes sense for us in the future, right? So if you just go back here, these previous lows, and if you're confused based off of the candlesticks, the one thing that I always do, guys, is turn it to a line chart that kind of helps dumb down the noise that's going on within the market, guys. So right here, we see that we were once at a level of support and it was supporting it, then it broke it. What did it do on the opposite side? Well, it started supporting it. It started support. Well, once we broke, we started supporting, but we also created resistance in the prior support. So what I'm gonna do is highlight this red. Reason being, I wanted to identify resistance as it being possible sell zones, guys. And I want to identify where we currently are at with support. Right now, we're back up to the previous level of support for GBP USD, guys. Right. So what does that mean? That means that we could potentially, since we're back at that area, are we creating resistance, or do we want to actually spike up a little bit higher? That's up to us to decipher that information with what we're seeing based off of price action. Right now, the one thing that I always say, I know one of my partners is probably on right now, guys. We kind of look at this as like Walmart, Target, Harris Teeter. That's what we've gone with, right? We look at potential buying prices that if we were looking at those stores, where they would want to buy and where they would want to sell, right? So if they were, if we're using GBP USD as, I don't know, a product that, or, maybe this is corn, or maybe this is apples, right? You know what I'm saying? So let's not think too much of it. At this point, Walmart decided to get in, right? And let's see how low they went. Walmart decided to get in for a buying price at one British pound and 19 cents, right? But here we have Target. Target decided to get it at its lowest point, which they probably bought somewhere in here, but at its lowest point of 1.15, right? So one British pound, 15 cents, right? Now Harris Teeter. Now, if you have other supermarkets out there, I'm sorry guys if you don't know what none of these are. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what Walmart is, but maybe you guys don't have Harris Teeter on the West Coast, or if you're tuning in from overseas, but just follow along with me. Just imagine whatever it is, your store that's the not, I wouldn't say not profitable, but not the least expensive stores versus the more expensive store, right? The more expensive store is going to look for a better buying opportunity right here. We have that, guys. We have the better buying opportunity down here. So as far as we know it from the time frame that we were at, guys, we can objectively look at this market as being what? As being bullish just from this point down here, right? This could be a shift in the trend, guys, but we do have momentum, especially when you're looking at the monthly time frame. Well, how do I know that there might be momentum within this support structure down here? Well, let me go ahead and create it. Where we at? Sometimes TradingView be doing its own thing, I swear. So we have another level of support, right? That we're now at the previous level of support, which we've seen what in the past, guys? We've seen that, man, when price broke this level, it created resistance. So could the same thing potentially follow back through with that, right? Hold that thought, guys. The answer is, but yes, based off of what we've seen in the past, yes, price could actually do the same thing. We've already started showing potential resistance, guys. But again, I don't think that we're at a level of resistance. I think we're at a low point in the market that the market created where it decides that it wants to buy up. And then now that we have this new level of support until the market returns back down here, we know that the market can return back down here, right? You see what I'm saying, guys? So based off of this move, we are in a downtrend, but now we may have exhausted the market at this point of October. And that makes sense, man. If you're on, man, remember, we looked at October, bro. We looked at October. So October is, we'll talk about this later, guys, but October is significant. It's significant when it comes to trading, guys. And I'll go into detail more, but the fact that I'm spotting this is just kind of crazy to me, right? So I want to see what the Hakanashi does, which measures momentum. If from this point, have we been bullish? Well, on the monthly time frame, I can see that we've been bullish, but I don't necessarily want to trust that we're 100% bullish. Well, I do have to trust that from this point, we are definitely bullish. If you guys see that, the only thing is that on the weekly time frame right now, we're consolidating. Just make it simple, right? So if I go back to the candlestick, I can see that we are in fact consolidating. Now, the one thing that I always teach my guys, well, my community guys, is that if we have consolidation, you have to respect the move that was prior to it, right? So if it's bullish and we have consolidation, more than likely price will be continue to be bullish once you get the breakout. Now that's subjective, and I don't want you guys to live and die by that, but you can use that information, guys, and it has been foolproof. So once the market decides to break up, if you're somebody who's like, if we're basing it off the weekly time frame, obviously we'll look to get in on a smaller entry, guys. But if you're looking for price to remain bullish, the logical thing is to say, hey, I want this market to break up, break out of this box that I have, or break out of this resistance, retest back into the box, and then take off from there. So if we get a spike up, and you're somebody that's like, oh man, I missed the move. Guys, if it hasn't retested either the top of the zone or, partway within the zone, guys, the buy is still valid. You just have to be patient for the retest. Now, understand, these are Forex pairs, so the market will probably move a little bit or a lot of bit slower, if you understand what I mean, guys. So if you're used to trading indices, these moves you have to be patient for, but it allows you enough time to correct yourself versus if this is US 30, man, that shit just takes off, guys, or S&P just takes off without no warning. God forbid you're trading crypto, and you guys have seen the damage that the market can do when, there's high volume and high momentum within the market, right? So currently because we've already created support based off of GBP USD, and we're at consolidation, I would like to believe that we are buying this trend up, right? Now, the cool thing is that there's something I could show you guys real quick. Let me show you. Let me actually back out. Now, I don't use this anymore. But you guys can use this if you desire. I use currency heat wave, right? Now, we'll talk more about that currency. Currency strength meter. I don't even know if this should be the website right here, livecharts.co.uk, I believe. Yes. Okay. So this gives you the strength, but it's not in like real time. So you'll constantly have to reload this page for it to give you the accurate. So that's why I don't really rely on this. But if you could see, if you look, a lot of these pairs against the dollar are bullish. Now, I only recommend like if you're going to use this, reloading it like every maybe 15, 30 minutes, but it's not something that's like, oh man, I got to reload it. Just look at the trend, look what the market is showing you. Now I just want to reload it just to see like if it does change the narrative right in front of our faces. And you can see the euros bullish. GBP is somewhat bullish right now. The dollar is showing weakness. Australian dollar is showing strength. Japanese yen is showing super weakness, right? NZD is showing weakness, guys. NZD is showing some strength. CAD is showing some strength. Now, I don't believe that we have the DXY open, guys. So once we get closer to the DXY open up, we'll be able to see a lot of these boxes change. Now, they won't load up. So again, you have to reload the page to see if it changes. It's not live data, guys. It's like not recorded, but the information is coming in a little bit delayed. So you will constantly have to pay attention. Now, for all my Apple and Android users, there's an application you guys can use called Currency Heatwave. They do charge you a one-time fee of I think $30, maybe. I know when we first got it, it was like 19, but I think $30. Guys, that is an investment worth it. If you can't pay $20 for a program like this, $30 for a program like that's going to help you make more money, guys, you need to go ahead and quit while you're ahead of yourself, because you're never going to use instruments that you need properly when it comes to trading. Just the tool, guys. Now, if you want to use it or if you want to purchase it, you can. I'm just telling you, it's a great tool that me and my community use, so I recommend it. But at the same time, it's up to you. You have that free site, but again, I want my information faster versus it being like, hours behind or minutes behind, whatever the case may be, guys. So if you see right here now, the thing to remember is that we're not in the British pound session. We're not in the London session, guys, right? We're not in UK session. We are about to have the dollar open up, and let's look at the DXY real quick. Now, the DXY did gain major strength. So if we see this thing pop up, we know that it will probably produce a gap and then come down. You see what I'm saying? What was all that about? All right, if you guys see, the DXY is open on the weekly time frame, and how you can indicate it is pretty much by if you have the countdown bar that you guys can use, which would be over here. See, countdown bar. If I take that off, it makes this bar smaller. Well, what is it? It's giving me the time that it takes for each candle to close based off the time frame that I'm on, guys. So if we go down to the smaller time frame, if the DXY is open, we should see numbers. If not, and if you see right here, the DXY is not open yet, guys. So we should have some type of reaction. What I'm really expecting is this market to gap down and then maybe, clean it up on the back end and then push down some more, but we'll see. We are at a level of resistance. So if we didn't know anything about advanced trading, we can look at the basics of trading, guys, right? Which is we are at a level of resistance on the hour time frame. That's a good time frame for the market to create resistance. And let's go ahead and turn this like we did before, red. And as you see right here, guys, break. This was the break. Boom, boom, boom. Retest all the way back up to the zone with the possibility that price could come back a little bit higher just because we have this liquidity with this wick up here, guys. So we have money left over that the market hasn't checked. But whenever it decides to do that, we'll pretty much never know. But it's pretty much a red flag at this point when you guys see this. So just kind of annotate that you have dollars up there, right? And how can we do that? I like using the emoji function that we have now. So you can either do the dollar sign or you can do money. Let me see if we got the dollar sign down here. Do we? I guess not, just to save time. So we know that money's up here, guys, right? We know that, right? Money's up here. Money. We know money's up here and price did actually come up and we're starting our sell down, guys. So what I believe is that the market is going to sweep all this down here because we have a lot of money left over, liquidity left over, guys, at this downside. If we just back out to a higher time frame, we can probably see that, oh man, we're at a strong level of resistance and the market needs to clean up a little bit, right? The market needs to clean up a little bit of this liquidity that it left over, guys. Not to mention, we have no retest back to the previous highs besides those moves that the banks made aggressively. So unchecked money that the banks will want to collect and then sweep up the market to continue up, guys. So I am looking for the dollar to come down overall. Obviously, we have maybe like 15 more minutes until the DXY opens up and give us a better narrative. So I'm just looking for the dollar to correct. I'm overall bullish on the dollar, absolutely, guys. But I do believe that we may have a correction that will bring it all the way back down to the support. These are just my narratives or what I believe, guys. Now, again, I'm going to follow what price action tells me. If the market is pushing up, I know that, all right, once it breaks the zone and it's up here, if I didn't get in and it didn't take my stop loss, well, now I have an opportunity to recruit my funds by waiting for the pull back down for the buy in order to keep going up, guys, right? So remember, there's an impulse, there's a correction. So the impulse is the first move, letting you know what it wants to do. The retest is the next move saying, hey, man, I'm actually ready to make my move. And that tends to normally be the bigger move, guys. So just looking at GBP USD, where are we at? So the one thing that I wanted to, I think, what was that on the hour time frame? If I didn't know anything about the GBP USD, right? But I may be a new trader, but I'm identifying stuff such as patterns. If you guys see right here, what does this look like? This looks like an inverted head and shoulder. Now, how do I possibly know that, guys? Well, the market did play out. And because it's on an hour time frame, are we finished? Well, the market could decide to continue up. So if I just draw the pattern right here, you'll see that. Now, that's not saying that we are at a head and shoulders, right? But looks super easy to identify, right? Inverted head and shoulder, not to mention that we are looking for GBP to be bullish, guys, if we're looking for the dollar to sell. So if we're looking for GBP to be bullish, that means that the dollar is gaining some type of weakness. Even if this wasn't like an inverted head and shoulders, guys, still price is playing off of structure. We have consolidation right here, right? Price loves to return back to consolidation. Loves to return back to consolidation. Loves. Put that in your head. Price loves coming back to consolidation, guys. So if you see right here, price is in that consolidation window, not to mention, if I wanted to be like super technical, we're at imbalance in this market. There's unchecked money that the banks haven't attacked. And that's why they decided to pull back here, right? And then if I draw a fib from the high and low of what this market makes, or what this time frame based off of, what was this, 4 in the morning? So from 4 in the morning to now, we're at 618, which is considered what for all my veteran traders? A gold zone, right? Or the golden zone, right? Normally the market retraces what? 38 to 50%, knowing that it could dive deeper. And if you just look at it right here, guys, the market actually did retest, dropped a little bit low because we know we're not going to be perfect. But if we just turn to a line chart, we can probably see where the market actually respected to the left side, right? Let's see. Let's go to the lowest highs, the lowest previous highs, right? And if you look right there, the market did in fact return to those previous highs, right? So if we get a pullback here, or if we get, aggression to the upside, that is actually indicating that we are bullish in this market, guys, and we're probably going to be popping up, pretty strong based off of what we saw. So based off of that narrative that we went off of when it came to, what was that, the weekly time frame? I think that was the weekly time frame. Yeah, weekly time frame. Yeah, it checks out. It checks out. Obviously, we still need to wait for more data, but it checks out what we're looking at. We're looking for the market to be bullish. The last move we made was bullish. So we expect the market to continue up, knowing that it could, do some small fake outs. But as long as it doesn't close below the zone, it's bullish. You see what I'm saying, guys? It can pop down, give you guys fake outs, which is going to be good moves. So let's say if it popped down, how many pips would that be? Wow, 258. Yeah, we're definitely going to need to take advantage of that if it does pop down. But I'm looking for the buy, honestly, guys. Man, that looks perfect right there too. You know what? What time is it? 11. Let me see what the dollar's doing. Still not open. All right, I actually like this buy for GU, guys. So I like this buy for GU. I'm going to give you guys my parameters based off of what the market is doing. Let's kind of get rid of some of this stuff right here so we're not confused on what's going on. And yeah, to be honest, because this is like a daily time frame. Now I'm gonna break it down. To be honest, you just ride it all the way back up to its previous high. That's what I would look for. See, the market did bounce off of this. We would like a little bit more momentum, But overall, guys, there should be no reason why the market is like trying to pull back down further. And if it does, we'll respond to that. But I am looking for a buy within this zone. I do want to wait for the DXY to open up. So once we start getting movement, I'm not looking to enter into this market until the DXY opens up. But I would just play it based off of its previous high. I mean, that's 100 pips, you know what I'm saying? Or back to the structure of the market. So if you look right here, this was the last structure that the market created. And if you're confused, just turn it to a line chart, like I always say, guys, and I'll put you at 78 pips. That's not a bad move. That's not a bad move. That's not bad points to gain or pips to gain within the market, guys. So I like what we're seeing. I'm just going to wait for more data. So let me look at something else while the DXY opens up in like the next 10 minutes, and then we'll revisit this, guys. But these are like my parameters, with price potentially coming back as far as, you know, back down to this 23.395. I could see that pull back down there. That will give us a better opportunity to buy and more pips if the market decides to create resistance with up in here, guys. So all this stuff should start making sense as you start producing your own buys. We have resistance right here. Oh man, so if the market did come right here, it would make absolute sense. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be a total shock like, oh man, I didn't see that coming. Once you draw it out, we're at support. Price broke out of consolidation. What does price love to do? It loves to attack consolidation. This is our consolidation point. Price did, in fact, come back at least to the top. What did I say, guys? I said either at the top of consolidation or in the zone. This thing started rejecting at the top of consolidation, which strengthens my bias in believing that we are bullish. But again, guys, like I said, I just kind of want to be a little bit more patient and then execute from there. But this is my entry for GBP USD. Once we have, again, once the DXY reacts, did it open up? Nope. Once the DXY reacts, we'll look at it again and then go from there. But this is pretty much my entry. I'll give you guys my entries. Where are we at? 9.5. Let's do 90. Now ignore this, guys. I'm doing this for my own, like to see if the market does push back down a little bit lower here. And again, that would be another opportunity to buy, but that's why I changed it to black instead of having like the gray, because I don't want you guys to be confused. So my entry, once the DXY opens, and we may get a push down, guys. So once it pops back up and retest, so we do want to retest. We want to be okay with sacrificing the impulse, let it come down again, and then we buy up from there, guys, right? So 24.90 is where I'm looking to buy. Yeah, 24.90 is where I'm looking to buy GBP USD, and 21.27702, 21.281. 21.281. And obviously, guys, measure it up. So don't be the person that's trying to catch this whole move, guys. Go keep getting in and out, right? So do your, because again, we know that the market does what? Return 25 to 30 pips on pullbacks. So get in, get out, guys. You might be able to, like, for instance, with UJ this morning for us, we were able to eat off of UJ, USD, JPY, like 3 to 4 times just because we were aiming at 20 pips. Now, if you're somebody that likes to aim higher and not really likes to aim lower and stuff, you might put yourself in jeopardy because you'll always be looking for these Hail Mary moves, guys. It's okay to take the smaller pip count, because if you know what you're doing and you know how to properly manage your trading account, guys, that stuff doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, because it's like, okay, 20 pips on a standard, we know that's $200. On a mini, that's $20. $25, $250, guys. So make it simple until the move happens. So collect any profit that you make in between the time that you're looking for the market to hit, your specific target, right? Our targets do not favor the market, right? So when you make money, do not let that market reverse on you for the most part. 50, let's do 50. Where we at? It's 50 pips. 50 pips. What is that? 25 pips. Or did we do 20? I think this is 20, but I'll look at it again. Yeah, 25. And DXY has opened up. See what it did on this 1 minute if it gapped down. Is that a gap? That's not a gap. Did it just do this? It didn't just do this, did it? Oh, it just did this. Oh, no, that was the last move. So you see right here, guys, it's consolidating downward, right? So we are open. It hasn't fully opened, so it should have a reaction where it may potentially gap up or gap down. But right now, guys, the momentum to me looks down. We are channeling down. So if you see this is a channel, and really it's just making a correction back to its next point, right? So it could actually just decide to correct all the way down here where this support is at. Now, this is the DXY. This is the dollar index. I switched from GBP, USD, and talking about USD JPY, right? So we just look at this area. This is support, right? Now, when the market comes back down here, it will make this support true, unless it decides to respect this high. But if the market did create support down here and we go to the backside, we will see that resistance has now become support. I hope this is making sense, guys. It should really be like second nature. Not at this point, but you should get to the point where it's second nature, where you're understanding that, okay, I'm seeing support break resistance. So the only thing that I need to wait for is to see if it breaks through that. Then I know if it breaks through that, it's now selling. But if it respects this, I know that it's buying. Now, don't limit yourself by saying my zone is where it's going to buy and my zone is where it's going to sell. Like, no. But having it relatable to pretty much a previous support structure or previous move down, guys, or a move up, that'll put you at the best possible chances. It's structure. That's all it is. It's structure within the market. And if we look, the dollar is in fact selling right now, guys. So we just want to see more momentum push down. Let me look at the Hakanashi. Oh, I like that. Do we have any news? Let me see. So yeah, once we get a break, I'll look to enter back at this entry for a retest, guys. Now it depends on who you are as a trader. I know some of my guys like doing impulse moves. So if you find yourself saying that I want to buy right here, hey guys, that's completely up to you. Just manage your trade correctly. But I'm waiting for a pop up and then a return back down, guys. And then that'll be the better entry for me overall, or just a slight pullback, something like that. Everything doesn't have to be immediately market execution, because we have pending orders that exist within trading, guys. So use them wisely. You know what I mean? If you don't feel like, and we've already said that it could pop down a little bit lower. So just be cautious of that. We're waiting on a pop up and then we want to pop down. Don't let the momentum leave you at the very least, guys. But I like this setup, and let's look what oil did again. See if the oil reacted off of the dollar. Yeah, oil's coming down, man. It is coming down. Could have a slight pull back up here, but this thing is coming down. Now, this was my setup for UJ. We were selling it this morning. Now we sold. Where did we sell at? I mean, I know where we sold at, but I'm trying to see the times that we sold. So last night we were looking at UJ. We sold down here. It created resistance. Now it's back at that previous resistance. Now the elephant in the room when it comes to UJ is what the Japanese yen is doing, what the Japanese index is doing, guys. So if it's not playing favorable, like against the dollar, such as like, so right now the yen looks like it's so, well, is it open? The yen is not even open. How is the yen not open, yo? Well, anyway, the yen pretty much made selling moves, right? But to me, this looks like it actually captured that I mean, that captured this gap in the market, if you guys see, and we're looking to take this thing to the upside. But if it's continuing to be bearish, you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter what necessarily the dollar is doing if this is overall continuing to be bearish. And if it's super weaker, remember, we saw that at that time, the yen was super weaker. Let's actually go back to that. Let's see. So both, I reloaded this again, guys. Now I'm on currency strength meter. And both the dollar and the yen are both weak right now. Look what British pound did. Look what British pound did, though. British pound got stronger. Really, this is the strength. So the more it is in green, the stronger it is, which means you're looking for bullish momentum or buying pressure. The weaker it is, or the redder it is, guys, the more red it is, you're looking at it to be extremely weak. So this is defining what we're looking for GBP USD. Let's go back to GBP USD. Oh, we're taking off from here. And I'm not saying like out of here, guys. I'm just saying that, yeah, based off of what we're seeing, we are in fact bullish from this point. So again, guys, do what you do with this information. Let me back out. And that's pretty much the only trade that I'm looking forward to. I actually probably will jump on later on tonight, guys, like early in the morning. I may do a live session during London. So if you guys are paying attention and you're subscribed to my YouTube, you should get that notification, guys. And then, yeah, I'm looking to do some live trading during London session tonight. So I hope you guys have learned something, man. I hope y'all make a lot of money from this trade. Again, don't try to shoot for everything. Just manage it at the top. That'll be 79 pips. Let me label that. Let me label that 79 pips. Leave it up for like 3 seconds. So anybody that's on YouTube, you can snapshot it or whatever. You guys know, if you're in my Discord community, that I'll post this for you guys so you can take advantage of it. But if not, guys, like, appreciate your time as always. You know, the market, I actually slacked this week when it comes to fundamentals. So I haven't been paying attention to hardly any news. Everything's been kind of price action. I've just had a hectic week, guys. So I'm gonna make sure I come a little bit better prepared next week. Not that I didn't this week, but I like to have more information when it's pertaining to like fundamentals of trading versus just allowing you guys just to see technicals. Because as we know, technicals aren't what paved the way, guys. It just gives us the information on like, oh, this is structure, this is broken, let me take the buy or sell here, right? So appreciate you guys as always. Remember, guys, comment if you find value. I like the feedback. I've been getting feedback from you guys as well, and stuff that you would like to see as well. So if it's something that is like, man, I've been struggling with this, or hey, do you talk about this? Do you go over something like this, guys? Because everything is a collective group effort when it comes to trading. So make sure you guys comment, hit that like button as always. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe if you just need a reminder, guys, and hit that notification bell so you stay up to date on my content, guys. As always, appreciate everybody's support, and we're going to the top. So I will see you at the top because we're taking everybody to the top with us. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow for market overview at 7 p.m.